New Year's Eve, but it's 3 p.m. on New Year's Eve. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to wish you all the best 2024 that you've had and the most incredible 2025 that you're going to have. Couple things though, let's start with New Year's Eve. Be smart. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything you wouldn't normally do. Enjoy the festivities of what you're celebrating. New Year's Eve. Kissing away 2024. Bring it on 2025. Is 2025 going to be your best year? Is it going to be a year of things that you didn't think were possible? Are you going to start that YouTube channel? Are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to continue to go to the gym after a couple weeks? Are you going to do that diet? Are you going to save more money? Are you going to get yourself out of debt? So many possibilities that you can do. And a lot of people say that you can start doing these things on any day. You could start on August 15th, November 22nd, or to make things easy, January 1st. It's literally what you decide. Do you want to repeat the same cycle of things that maybe you're not enjoying for another 365 days? You got to ask yourself that question because, unfortunately, nobody's going to hold your hand. I'd love to just reach through the screen and hold your hand and tell you that it's going to be okay, but when this video's over, you have to make these decisions on your own. Unfortunately, you can always come back to this channel. I'll always be here giving you great content that helps you sleep better, helps you relax, helps bring you down in a good way, or bring you up, whichever way you want to interpret that. But this is not a Debbie Downer. This is to just say, New Year's Eve. It only comes once a year. Do you have a tradition that you do with your family? Do you go out? Do you stay in? Do you order takeout? Do you stay in and order food? Do you go out with friends? Do you go to a friend's house? Do you even have festivities that you do? Do you drink? If you do, please, times 10,000. Don't drink and drive. Drinking and driving is just not something you want to do because of the repercussions of what can happen. So, from one person to another, please don't drink and drive. I plead you. Thank you. Anyways, that's enough talk about that. We're at, what time is it now? We're at 3:05 on New Year's Eve. So what is that? That's 8 hours and 55 minutes to go. You might be watching this and it might actually already be the 1st of January. Who knows? It could actually be the 1st of January 2026 for all you know, in terms of how late you came to the party watching this video. Just 1 year late, but that's fine. Don't worry about that. I'm here to wish you the best year ever. Now, I know everybody says that this will be the best year ever. You can make it the best year ever. You can literally, you can do that. It just starts here. You have to stay with it. Ask yourself this real question. How long have you committed to something before that wasn't easy? How long did you actually stay doing it? A day, a week, a month, a year? Are you still doing it? Have you been doing it your whole life? All these outside pressures push you to not follow through with what you've tried because they're trying to move you into a different way of spending money. They're trying to take your time a different way. On and on the cycle goes. So what are you? That's right. I'm talking to you. What are you going to do about it to better yourself? What are you going to do to create the year of you? The year of you. Doesn't that sound good to say? The year of blank. Put your name in there. Make a list. 5 things. Don't do 10. Don't do 20. Don't even do 5. I take that back. Do 3 things. Make the first one That's right. People are starting to ask, when are you coming out? What are you doing for New Year's? Let's put that on silent. Goal number 2. What's it going to be? It's got to be a little bit harder than something that can take a week. Maybe this one takes a couple months. That's okay. A couple months can sound daunting, but it doesn't have to be super hard. It can be, if your goal number 1 was to get out of bed at 6 a.m. as opposed to sleeping until 7, you give yourself an extra hour in the morning. So let's compound on that. That extra hour, do something with it. That could be goal number 2. Goal number 1 was to get up at 6. Goal number 2 is to do something with that extra hour before you normally were getting up. You see how this has sort of the compound effect? How one thing can roll into the other to create this momentum that slowly builds up. So the goal could be getting up at 6, and that hour you could read a book. You could do a couple chores if you're not able to wake up anyone. You could work out for that hour. You could learn a skill on the internet. YouTube for an hour. Not scrolling social media and stuff. Physically using that hour that you didn't have before to do something with. Now, it's not to say you didn't have it. That's not true. You know what? I don't even know if I'm filming this. I need to check the camera. Thank God. Thought I was just talking for 8 minutes there for no reason. Just giving myself a personal pep talk there. So, the second one, use that hour to better yourself in any which way. Now, goal number 3. This one's one that can take 6 months up to a year. It could take many years. Set a goal that sounds outrageous. That sounds hard. That you wouldn't actually normally set for yourself. This one's hard. Maybe it's 365 hours in the year of learning something new. Now you're like, oh my God, Sean, 365 hours? Where am I supposed to get 365 hours to learn something new? Well, you got up at 6 a.m. as opposed to 7 a.m. You now magically have an extra hour to do something. Use that hour every day for 365 days to learn something. Think about in 1 year's time. Just pretend that you actually do this and you learn 1% every day of something, a skill. In 1 year, you have learned 365% of that skill. You are that much more knowledgeable about something that you had no idea or no clue about 1 year ago. How amazing is that? What if you wanted to learn how social media works? What if you wanted to learn about banking? What if you wanted to learn how investing works? Cryptocurrency, stocks, S&P 500, things that can passively make you money. You would have 365 hours of knowledge. And it's not like you weren't doing anything in that 365 hours. As you were learning during that time frame, you were applying what you were learning. So when January 1st comes, 2026, you're hitting the ground with 365 hours of knowledge that can then make 2026 incredibly better. And then you set 3 goals again. You make them harder than before. Not level 100 hard, level 2. And the compound effect. Then next year, level 4, level 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. You understand what I'm saying, right? And then 512, 1028, 2048, etc. In terms of levels, we just went like 10 years ahead. Baby steps. 1 step. You can't see my feet, but 1 step in front of the other. 1 staircase in front of the other. Don't look at the top of the staircase. Just focus on that next step. And you will be so much farther ahead in 1 year. You hear so many people on social media say it. The reason that they're saying it is because a lot of them actually did that. Not all of them. Some of them are fake. I'm one of the people that have done that. And I'm saying that because this exact time last year, December 31st, I made my first ASMR video. every single day for 1 year. If you watched the video yesterday that talked about what I made in a year, I went from making 25 cents a day upwards to today. It just actually updated. I made $150 in 1 day. I made nearly over $5,000 for the year. That's incredible. I didn't have any money beforehand doing that, and now I do. And just think about how much the compound effect can grow. I keep applying that year over year. I can get to a point in my life where I don't have to work. I can do YouTube. Anyways, enough of my ranting. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you take some of this to heart and that you apply some of this stuff in your life. So have an amazing New Year's Eve. Be safe, please, and